wakili, kuna watu ambao pia wamejitokeza kando na Gen Z. Tumeona kina Murara Kibaso wakiungana na Okio Mutata. Unaonaje haya?
Hawa ni vibaraka wa viongozi waliomo mamlakani.
Hapana wakili,
wameonyesha maovu ambayo yamo katika serikali. Lakini wakati huu situmaini ya kwamba watu kama hao wako na uwezo wa kutuvusha daraja ili tuende katika eneo ambalo tunahitaji kuwa.
Umesema ni vibaraka.
Hawa ni vibaraka. Na kiongozi
vibaraka wa nani?
Waliomo mamlakani wakati huu. Kiongozi yule ambaye ataikomboa taifa la Kenya. Kwa maoni yangu, David Kinani Maraga. Na ikiwa David Kinani Maraga hata kwa hapo, basi mnipatie hiyo nafasi, Nelson Havi.
Now, that is Nelson Havi, the former president of LSK, and also the current, is also a politician and also one of the key figures in this country, speaking in support of David Maraga, the former Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya. I've done a video before and talked about David Maraga in another platform. And today I want to repeat on this platform here. But before I proceed, please, if this is the first time you're watching our videos, kindly make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. For those who always want my number, you can always come through. Don't fear to support the channel. Please, you can always come through, and that I really appreciate so much. Now, David Kinani Maraga has been talked of not just among the elites of this country or maybe the top class, but also the Gen Zs of this country who have been advocating for somebody who is truthful, free of corruption, to change this country. So he has been talked of late as one of the latest persons that people want in leadership. Now, I want to look at this from two angles. Some people are talking about David Kinani Maraga heading to the IBC. Others are saying Kinani Maraga should head to the presidency. Now, before we proceed, please let me see in the comment section, where do you think is best to go? IBC or maybe presidency? On my side, I'm going to give a very clear, I'll give my opinion. Now, David Kinani Maraga, why is he considered for these two posts? First of all, it's because of the outstanding leadership that he had shown within the judiciary. We realized that during his time, we had judicial offices and courts being built across the country. He went across the country to launch some of these offices. And that was tremendous. Seeing such kind of things happening, that was okay. I was personally impressed because Maraga is not that he was so experienced in politics, but he was able to do things from a certain side. You might think that he's a certain politician doing development for certain future consideration. But Maraga did his work well. We realized that during his time, he even talked of corruption. He led by an example that we don't need the judicial officers that are corrupt. So in a nutshell, David Kinani Maraga right now as we speak, whether you like it or not, the name is slowly being elevated towards the presidency or the IBC chairperson. But now, let me handle it from the presidency side. One of the qualities he has is that he's courageous. One of the things that we need in the Kenyan politics are courageous people. People are able to make decisions and they stick by them so long as they are right. And David Kinani Maraga is able to do that. He has proven before severally that he can be able to do it. Why? By one of them, the major one that he did, it's the nullification of the elections, of the presidential elections in the country in 2017, where Uhuru Kenyatta, William Ruto, and Raila Odinga had to be forced to go for a repeat election simply because Maraga and his team realized that there were some illegal things that happened or things that happened against the constitution which could not allow him confirm the results that were announced by the IBC. That is number one. Second of all, when Uhuru Kenyatta slashed the money that goes to the judiciary, David Kinani Maraga tried all ways to reach out to the president. It could not work. So he proceeded to hold a press conference and talk to the president directly. That was courageous. We need leaders who can be able to make decisions of that caliber so that we can have a change in this country. And as per to me, that boldness, that courage, it is what is calling most of these people to support him. I wish that Maraga, as we speak today, is also willing to come out and go for the presidency. When it comes to that, I know Kenyans will change their mind, because David Kinani Maraga did his work well when he was the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya. Another reason that I feel strongly that Maraga is one of the most people who are considered in this country by many people that can bring change is the fact that he is free of corruption. When he was being vetted as the Chief Justice to become the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya, he went openly and announced that he is not corrupt. And how did he do it? When he was asked, have you ever taken a bribe? He actually turned to someone who was next to him and told him, give me that Bible. He stood and raised the Bible and said, in the name of the Father, the living God, who created heaven and earth, I have never taken a bribe. End of quote. And he sat down. That was a bold statement to show that David Kinani Maraga is really committed to operate without corruption. Because right now, as we speak today, Kenyans are calling for the end of corruption in this country, because that is what Ruto has failed in. Uhuru failed in that. Ruto has as well failed it. Where politicians, because the moment you see politicians are rich, there's a high rate of corruption. Corruption is at a high rate. So in a nutshell, corruption being one of the monsters that we're handling as a country, Justice David Kinani Maraga could be probably in a position to be considered for that post of being the president. Another thing is the qualification. Generally, David Kinani Maraga, the academic qualification, the credentials that are needed, he qualifies to be a president in this country. So therefore, David Kinani Maraga in all ways is also qualified. The only thing that he has a challenge with, he has never participated in the political activities. And probably that is the problem he could be having now, to make the decision to take up this kind of responsibilities, because campaigning in this country, it is not easy, my friends. You need to go to people to know you, because we know very well that most of the elites know him. But there are people back in the villages who don't know about Justice David Kinani Maraga. And of course, if he begins the campaigns early enough and gets the right team, he's able to take up. And that is why we're saying that we need him to make a decision early enough. The second part of it is that, why is he considered to be the IBC person? The major problem Kenyans have with the IBC chairperson is simply because of trust. We've never had an IBC chairperson who has never been having issues, who has never had issues. We have had Kenyans who are like, I know, this guy has done this. Raila loses, he accuses the IBC chairperson as a hazard. The other side, we realize that after Ruto was announced, we all saw Chebukati could not be able to contain his 7-member team, his other 6 members. They had to announce the results without others. That shows very well that in leadership is not okay. Secondly, he tolerates issues that are not supposed to be there, in that he does not solve things fast. Because he had an option to sit down with the members, instead of ignoring them, simply harmonize whatever they had. If the results they wanted to confirm, they could do it even if it's overnight, and announce it very early in the morning, or maybe the following day, because there was another day for announcement of the election results. So in a nutshell, we want to say that we need somebody who can be trusted there. And Maraga can be trusted. Can be trusted. From how he has been operating until he finished his judicial role, he was very trustworthy. And I think, of course, it's courage and the ability to be decisive, because that chair, it is also, that position, it's also very sensitive. You need someone who is courageous, cannot be scared, cannot take a bribe. He will simply come on board and make a decision that is supposed to be made. Then he goes home. Another simple thing we want to say here is qualified to be an IBC chairperson. Why? As we speak today, David Kinani Maraga is a qualified judge, despite that he had retired, but is qualified to hold all those offices of being a judge, either magistrate, go to the High Court, go to the Court of Appeal, come to the Supreme Court. He's qualified. So, and among the qualifications of the IBC is to be High Court judge, of which now he qualifies, and that's why we feel strongly he should be there. So I want to challenge you guys. Do you think Maraga is the person you need to support in any of these posts? Please let me see on your idea and opinions on the comment section. My name is Abel Moko. Please make sure that you come through for this channel. Thank you so much.